Well, maybe not. Okay. But you're on the wrong side, Angela.
I know.
How you doing? Happy Sunday. We figured, I figured, not we figured, but I figured we'd, whatever. I was going to drag Angela in here today because, to be honest with you, our Sunday morning video is normally up by now, but we're having technology issues.
We don't usually actually do the Sunday video on Sunday.
No, you shouldn't tell our secrets.
I know.
I mean, this is
we chill on Sunday.
Yeah. But this is a highly efficient YouTube studio.
Yeah, it is. It's a well-oiled machine.
It's a well-oiled machine.
But this
anyway,
is really important today.
Exactly. So, hi, my name is Steve Fusa. This is
Angela.
Angela Jar's channel where we discuss all things related to financial services, not, well, financial services too.
Yeah.
Services, their products, compensation plans, IMO comparisons, the IMOs, comp plans, all that stuff. Which one's better? Look, if you're new to the channel, that's what we do. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. And you know what we talk about here all the time. And the standard here is we talk about it and we provide third-party documentation for you to review, and then you make what decision is best for you. This week, I brought Angela in because she's actually was a part of this whole venture back in 2005, I think it was. It was a long time ago, where I decided to venture out away from the insurance industry into more of an embroidery / silk screening business. And we started out in the garage because I was a golfer, still am a golfer, and we saw this really fancy machine, Angela, down in Orange County. I remember it today. And we walked in that big warehouse, and man, I was drawn. It was like seeing falling in love for the first time. I walked in and there's these massive machines printing golf hats. Mm-hmm. And every machine had like 15 sewing heads on it. And, but every 3 or 4 minutes, those hats would come off, new hats would go on. I'm just seeing dollar bills.
Steve was just smitten. There's just no other word for it.
It's like a first date, I'm telling you.
And so being the kind of person that Steve is, he said, ooh, I want to do that. And so we started a business.
Yeah. So and that's what I want to talk about. So many people compare what we do in the insurance business, mortgage protection and final expense, in brick and mortar, and some people don't have that. And I've got another video coming up. If it ever does get up, I go into a bit more detail about that. But you have to have a business mentality in this business because we are in business for ourselves. But in comparing what it took to get that business off the ground, so many people, Angela, in this business, we talk about mortgage and final expense. I mean, the statement that makes my hair stand up is that, I don't want to invest anything. I can't go to conference. I don't want, do I have to buy leads? Will you help me get my license? They want everything for free. And, this is, look, hopefully what you like about this channel is we're honest, and we're just going to give you the way it is. It's not meant to offend anybody, but the truth of the matter is that that's not a business mentality. You have to make an investment before you ever make a dollar bill. So,
and if you start with that,
because you're on the wrong side here, and I want to go over some things.
If you start with that mentality, then you need to change it before you get too far into this process, because you are constantly going to have a chip on your shoulder. And that's the way that you and I look at it, is agents that constantly come to us with that type of a complaint or that kind of we're supposed to be honest, that whining, it's a chip on your shoulder, and it's something that becomes very hard for you to get rid of. And you have to look at this from the standpoint of, from a business model standpoint, but with huge advantages. I mean, but you have to look at it like a business. You can't look at it like it's a
you have to take
lottery ticket.
Oh, and I get the chance to show my little...
Oh, yeah, your little antlers. I love your
hat.
antlers.
Yes. All right, so... But you're supposed to have yours too. Anyway, it gives me a chance to say that you have to take off the employee mentality hat and put a business hat on. And that shift of just changing the hats is, I think, paramount in your success. If you come here thinking that everything's going to be provided for you, versus you are going to have to provide things for yourself, and you're going to have to make the same, actually you're going to have to make more of an investment that you're willing to do for that boss that you work at that job. You clock in, that 9 to 5 you clock in every day. The reason why he has a lifestyle is because you sold out. And he's using you to build his lifestyle, right? You're not building anything for yourself. So you have to understand when you come here what ultimately what you're building. So you're willing to put the time behind it. You're going to have to work harder here initially to succeed in this business than you would the 9 to 5. Because let's face it, at the end of 9 to 5, you're moving buckets. You're picking this bucket up, you go here, and you're putting it over here, right? I mean, no disrespect to jobs, but it gets to be pretty routine, moving buckets back and forth, and there's really not and that's all you're ever going to do. You max out the comp plan and see you later, right? So here you're building something that will provide you an income for life. So what we're talking about this week is understanding what we've been given here, and the question is whether or not you will take advantage of it, right? So, and my PowerPoint's not working. But anyway, let's take a look at what the normal things are you would have to do in order to start a business. Then I want to kind of transition into what you and I did when we started the embroidery business. But you have to, applications. If you start your own insurance agency, for example, so we can compare to two agencies, right? One is yours, and one is if you did your own IMO. But applications, marketing materials, brochures, technology, products. Sooner or later you may have to have an office if you have an administrative staff, billing, and the insurance agents, the insurance companies cover that for us, right? We sell the product. There's a monthly billing to it. Somebody has to send them a bill or draft their bank account. Offices, direct mail, advertising, which is almost one and the same. Training for you and your staff and your agents if you want to build an agent. Administrative staff, payroll, commissions. Here, if you want to start an agency and have that third layer of income, which is the passive income, you're going to have to bring on agents. Well, who's going to cover that payroll? I mean, you did payroll when we had our embroidery company. That's no easy task. Here, compare it in a minute, but here all we do is we get sent to us what's ours. Right. We don't have to worry about somebody else's 1099. Ready-made customers with a direct mail program. You have customers, you can just buy a lead, and you're sitting in someone's home that wants our product immediately. Let's take a look at this over here. Now, and Angie, you'll love this one. Over here, you're the last one to ever get paid, right? I mean, over here, you're the first one to get paid. All you have to do is get some leads. Well, just to get started, it's a license, right? It's a couple $100. We can reduce that cost for you. If you haven't done your pre-licensing yet, give me a call. I can save you 70% on the cost of the pre-licensing course, which is huge, right? So you have your state license. You have to do the pre-licensing first. That's about a couple $100 when you get done. You have continuing education, gas, leads, conferences, maybe 2 a year, advertising, which going back to your leads cost. Low ongoing costs. Your ongoing costs over here never end. Here you have very little. In other words, continuing education. That's about it, right? Right. It's a business card and maybe a lanyard. So again, low ongoing cost to stay in business for yourself. It makes a big difference, right? When we started the embroidery business, so that's comparison. If you want to start your own IMO or whatever, versus you want to become an insurance agent and just spend a couple $100 each a license. And really, most of us work from home. We have no really ongoing costs other than maybe our continuing education, right? What else do we have? E&O insurance, maybe.
E&O insurance.
What else?
Your lead cost, your marketing cost.
Lead cost.
You know.
Okay, so you got 1 out of 9. you got
right.
But this, if you had a traditional business, we're going to talk about that. You can't just buy a lead. I mean, when we had to sell our hats and embroidery stuff, we had to have salespeople, which a lot of times ended up being you, right? Sure. So let's talk about that for a second. So you have to write a business plan. You have to develop a product. You have to set up a vendor relationship. We're talking about traditional businesses now. These are comparing two agencies. But let's go back to when you and I started our embroidery business. We had to have a business plan. We had to develop a product. We bought the products. We bought the hats, and we had to sew logos on them. But marketing materials, right? We didn't get over here. You get marketing materials given to you. Mm-hmm. Applications given to you. Full color brochures given to you. You don't have to spend any money on marketing materials. That's a huge cost.
And some of the really basic things like business insurance. You may cover your own E&O insurance in this as an agent in this business, but when you own a business, and I only think about this because we actually had an incident where we had to use our business insurance. We had a $100,000 machine that fell off of a delivery truck. Like it literally fell off the delivery. It fell off
after waiting 6 weeks to get it.
Yeah.
We had to pre-order it. They had to ship it from China, then ship it to us from the menu, and then they dropped it 20 feet from our door.
Yeah, right off the forklift.
And then they tried not to cover it.
Yeah. And everybody tried not to cover it.
Yeah.
But all of that insurance, all of that was on us. One of the things you talked about was relationships. In this business, if you when you work with an IMO, when you work with a reputable IMO and you are an agent, They have those relationships set up for you. So if you decide that you have a client that you want to take to Mutual of Omaha or Foresters or Royal Neighbors or whatever it might be, all you have to do is contract with that company, which is, filling out generally a one-page form, or letting your IMO, your contracting department, know, hey, I want to write an application with this company, and they tell you, okay, go out and write the app. In a traditional business, those relationships have to be set up by you. I can remember lots of times situations where we had a client that wanted a particular product, and we didn't have a relationship with that vendor. And so we had to, I can remember many times kind of sweating it, that, well, what if they don't approve us for an account with them? Then what am I going to do? Then now I can't sell the product, I can't make the income, and I can't keep the customer. And so there's lots of relationships that you don't think about that may or may not be available to you in a traditional business, simply because you're starting out, or simply because you're a new business, or simply because whatever. They may not be available to you.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah, that's very important. So let's go back to comparing it to, if we wanted, what it takes to start our insurance business, right? I'm talking about being an agent, selling a product, right? We have applications, we have brochures, all that stuff, and then we want to hire agents. So we have the third part. We have the high up personal production commissions. We have the residual commissions. Then we have the passive income. And those three things, what it takes to set that up versus what it took you and I to set up our embroidery screen printing company, right? So we had the business plan, we had the vendor relations, as Angela was talking about. We had to get a business location. We started out in a garage, but that didn't take very long before we had to get out of the garage. Then we had to set up a compensation package because we had salespeople. We had to handle the payroll, right? So we had to, and then we had to develop a marketing plan. We had to hire office staff. We had to hire, as I said, sales agents. Set up promotions and incentives on our products, it was a 24/7 business to survive. And at the end of the day, so let's just start. When we started out, we had to get an embroidery machine. What was that, $125,000?
Yeah.
$125,000 for one machine, had 3 sewing heads on it, so that got us in business. We operated out of our garage, but we still had to have product, right? We had to have, in our case, we had to have hats, and polos, whatever it was. What else? What else we had to have? Marketing materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We had our office. We had our facility.
Yeah, we had to operate at a house, so we didn't really have that initially starting out.
Started.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What else? So we had products, marketing materials. We had a machine. Well, we had such as thread, all that kind of stuff. To produce the goods. Insurance.
Right. Is that about it?
It's probably a lot more than that, but we had all that. So we had let's just say we had $150,000, out of pocket before we even started the business, before we even made a paycheck, right? And then not long after that, we had to go out and get a 5,000 square foot warehouse to hold the equipment. So then we had office space, and that was about $3,000 a month. Then we had staff, because we were sewing the stuff ourselves for a while. But eventually we had staff. That was costing us $10,000 a month in staff at least. What else we have?
So you can see how bad this gets. I mean, you can see when you really start to.
It's never ending.
Right. That's right.
But the point was, with this, and I don't care what business you start. There's some investment necessary. Even if you have an online business, you have there's online costs, there's storage, and there's internet fees, and DSL, and whatever. But ultimately, Angela, we got to the point where we had to make $50,000 a month in sales to break even before you and I even got a paycheck.
Right.
That's traditional business. I don't care what business you're looking at. You may be higher, maybe lower, but you're going to have a lot of money that you're going to have to put out up front before you ever make the first sale, right? And it's ongoing, and you're the last one to ever get paid.
So what do you need in order to start as a life insurance agent? You have to get your license, which is going to cost you a couple $100, maybe, depending on your state. You're going to have to do things like business cards and office supplies, although office supplies is kind of you're going to have business cards, so maybe $50 to get started on some of that stuff. You're going to go to a couple of conferences a year, 1 to 2 conferences a year, that will give you the ability, again, to kind of build those relationships. You're going to have gas. Don't come to me with gas, because everybody has to put, you got to put gas in the car. So,
get a hybrid.
Get a hybrid.
For
one of those plug-in cars.
For running leads.
And you're going to have leads, which could be $2 to $40 or $50, depending on the company that you're with.
But that's your advertising cost, and in all
right.
businesses, you have an advertising cost. That's the point I
right.
want to make in this video. Some people say, "Well, do I have to buy leads? Will you give me leads?" No, you're in business for yourself. No, nobody's going to give you anything for free, and if you get it for free, free leads, Angela, free leads. Come on.
It's usually too good to be true.
Well, you may get the free leads
that way,
but
right.
but good luck booking an appointment with them.
They've probably been beat on pretty bad.
Yeah.
So when the advantage with leads is you want fresh leads. You want people that haven't been beat up, that aren't going to say, "Oh my God, my phone's been you guys call me all the time." You want that fresh, brand new mortgage.
Well, you at least don't want them recycled, repurposed, and
right.
redated and sold to you as new when they're actually old. There's nothing wrong with buying old leads. And I talk about this on all
right.
my videos. As long as you're paying the right price and you know that they're older leads, right? The challenge comes is when they're selling you a 6-year-old lead as a brand new lead. We won't go down that road. There's plenty of videos out there that we have that, right? So, what else?
That's it.
I mean, understand your leads are your advertising costs, right? So here's the deal. This is a mindset issue, and Sunday we talk about mindset, and this is a mindset issue. And I always talk about this before. If you owned a donut shop, and Angela was a salesperson for an advertising company, and she came into me and said, "Hey, Steve, if you give me $1 million, I will guarantee you that you're going to sell $40 million worth of donuts." The question is, would you do that, and how many times would you do it?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if I could give you $1 million, you give me back $40 million in sales, I'd do it, and I'd do it as many times as I could. That's leads. Right? You have to be leads. That is our way of getting customers in normal business. We want to try to get them in our door, like my donut shop, for example. But in this business, we're trying to get into their door. Same thing, just reverse, right? And that's really our only ongoing cost, other than just silly stuff. Nothing like this, right? So look, control your mindset by setting your expectations. Understand that leads is really your only fixed cost in this business that really matters, right?
Right, and it's a super important one, and it's not $1 million. In his donut shop example, it's $1 million. It's not $1 million. You're talking about an amount of money that if you work your business properly, you can, your marketing cost becomes just a slight percentage of your operating costs for.
And you're in business for yourself with the potential of having 3 types of income. I mentioned it before: high upfront personal commissions, residual income, and passive income that's unlimited. So the ability to scale your income, unlike this, sooner or later, we got knocked out of this business.
Right.
We had hundreds of thousands of dollars and years invested in this business, and then came 2009. And we went bankrupt in about 6 months. And we had credit issues, all kinds of junk as a result of this business going bankrupt. We have none of that with this business. Not only that, we get all applications shipped to us for free from the carriers. We can call them, they give me 50, give me 100. They're applications, printed applications,
right.
shipped to us for free. All marketing brochures, as I said earlier, on 50 different products shipped to you, no cost, right? You have payroll service if you want to build an agency. You don't have to control your income. All you're getting sent to you is what your override is on that production that you brought to that carrier, right? Training for you and your agents, unlimited, right? Now again, depends on the IMO you're with and with the agency, but you shouldn't be paying for training. Okay, we talked about it before. Technology to conduct your business on, apps, websites, all this stuff should be provided to you for free, right? Conference calls, webinars, people that want to help you succeed in this business, all that's available to you here for you and for your agents that you don't have to pay for. All you pay for is this.
And not only do you not have to pay for it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You don't have to try and think it up or set it up or figure out what's important or get it edited. It's done. Not only do you not have to pay for it, but you don't have to do it. And that to me is, for me, that's the biggest part.
So that's the point. I understand. I get it all the time. People say, well, maybe I should go start my own IMO, or maybe I should go start my own McDonald's or my own mailing service, whatever it is. Understand that you can do that, but the upside is nowhere close to this. And your risk is exponential, right? The best thing to do would be to get started in this business with the right IMO, the right agency that will help you and train you and coach you and mentor you. I hate the word mentor because it sounds like network marketing. Understand that coach and mentor has to be putting his name, her name on an application right along with you. It's not a do-as-I-say business. It's a do-as-I-do business. And there's a lot of recruiters out there that's never sold nothing, that's going by a book trying to tell you how to do your job. That's not what you want. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people who want to help you succeed here, and the upside is far greater than this, Angela. We made more money in the insurance business than we ever made in the embroidery and screen printing business, and we were tied to that business 24/7, 7 days a week.
Right.
Many times, you and I were in a warehouse, sleeping on the floor. While you were in a machine, I was sleeping, vice versa. It was, and then ultimately it vaporized in about, what, 10 years? I don't know how long it was. It was quick.
So you've got to sit back, take some time on, a nice Sunday, and take a look at whether or not, make your own list. Okay, if you were going to do this on your own, what are the things that you would have to put in place? And change your mindset. Get that chip kind of off your shoulder if you are starting this business, kind of looking at it like with that skepticism, or why do I need you, or why can't I do it myself? There's a whole lot of reasons, and take those to heart and really absorb them, because it'll make a difference. So that's
and
what we wanted
it's a
to share today.
fantastic part-time business,
Right.
Angela. You can make $500 to $1,000 a week here while you're working that 9 to 5. No disrespect to 9 to 5s, but here's the deal: you're clocking in, as I said earlier, every day 9 to 5. And that is you building your boss's lifestyle, so he has time to spend with his family, because you don't and never will, right? Because you sold out. We all do when we have jobs, but it's a great opportunity, because part-timers do well here, because you've got to have some cash flow in order to succeed here. You've got to be able to get your license. You've got to be able to get leads and support, build the bit. Even though there's the cost, upfront cost and ongoing cost is very small, you can't be in business broke. Okay? Because money doesn't flow to a broke person. It puts too much stress on you, right? So that boss bought your life so he could build his, bottom line. So understand that. Our business is simple, and I'm going to close with this. We get a lead, Angela. We make a dial. We make an appointment. We write an application. We get it from submission to commission. We get paid. We rinse and repeat, right? Ongoing C&E credits, continuing education, every couple of years, right? Where else can you go and make doctor-type money? I'm talking. We have people in this company making over $500,000. No team, no recruiting, just running leads. And that's crazy money. And most people won't do it and can't. Well, you could do it, but you won't do it because you won't work that hard. But there's hundreds making 6 figures part time, right? And you could do that too, because we all put our clothes on the same way. You're just as good as I am, just as good as Angela is. Angela, look, you started out in the business making dials for me. And then you get tired of doing that. Watch me make the money, get her own license, right? So look, you can make great money here, doctor type money with a whole lot less. You just got to have the right mindset, control the 6 inches between these 2 ears, right? Which is your brain matter, and keep your head on straight, keep your attitude in check, and you can do well. Change, like Angela says, change your attitude, change your mindset, change your life, right? So look, and with very little to learn, get the right person. Call us. We're always available. What else do you want to say, Angela? Wrap it up.
That's it.
Right?
That's it for today. I think we said it all.
Counsel is important. Resources is your leads. Activity is huge, right? Activity. The only thing that can beat you in this business is the white space on your calendar. So if you got white space in your calendar, you're currently an agent, that's the problem you need to solve, right? White space is a killer, right? Momentum, routine. Momentum is great, but the habits will keep you there. Develop the right habits and you'll be good, right? That's it.
Have a happy Sunday.
How long do I have to wear this hat?
I think it's time to take it off.
Okay. Well, kind of
Before
like
we
that.
go out.
Tonight, like go today or like the holidays? I think I'll wear it
Bye.
till New Year's. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, listen, hit the subscribe button below. Mash that bell down there, because that's what it tells you when we do live streams. I see a couple people just joined us here, Angela, so they came a little bit late. No problem. Welcome. Appreciate you being here on a Sunday. This is our Sunday random day.
Yep.
So we did a random video.
Have a great Sunday, everyone.
Have a great holiday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget, like, comment, call me. Bye-bye.